Hello, hello, hello. It's Amber, and I'm finally getting to do my rescheduled live. I'm Amber Whittemore. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm going to be showing you the Cottage Rose. And I just got to play with it a little bit, so I'm going to just tell you what's going on. So, I made these beautiful cards, and this is the one we're going to be making today. They have die cuts, but the one that we're making today does not have the die cuts, because I know not everybody has the die cut machine, but I wanted to show you that you don't need it in order to make beautiful cards with this. But here is one with the die cuts. This is actually with leftover pieces. This is actually using the ribbon, the new natural ribbon, which is pretty cool because you can stamp on it. This is the one we're going to be doing today. Right here, and it's a fun fold, but we are using, hi Lisa, and if you don't have the deckled edge and the die cut, you can always cut the piece of paper too. Miss you, Lisa. So we have that, but I wanted to show you the actual Cottage Rose. It's really pretty. I love this. It's got a very vintage look, which is very me. And the sentiments that come in with the pretty rose is best wishes. It's going to be fab. Happy birthday. You are positively the greatest. Friends forever and feel better real soon, which I absolutely love. Here's the awesome die cuts that come with it. Here's one that actually doesn't die cut. It die cuts something different. I love when they throw in those little extras. So this is really fun. And then you can do the singles. And this cuts out the little baby roses and the leaf. And I love the detail on this. It's going to be great. So this is what we're going to be using. This is actually the paper from the Abigail Rose Suite. And of course I'm fascinated with it because it's flowers and it's vintage looking. I'm a vintage girl. So I've been playing with a little bit of everything, mixing it up. And this one, and you can color and just have fun, or you can leave it the way it is. And this comes by 12 by 12, but it's a really fun paper pack. I definitely love it. This is one of my favorites right here. Ooh, that's so pretty. That and the leaves. Gotta love the leaves. And the colors that coordinate with this paper pack are Basic Black, Crumb Cake, Early Espresso, Petal Pink, Smoky Slate, and Berry Vanilla. So I'm going to stick that away because I'm actually not using that today. What I'm using is this awesome 48 sheet 12 by 12 host pack that you can get for $18 with your host rewards. And these are phenomenal. I'm so happy Stampin' Up's continuing with this because you can't beat the price, let alone the 12 by 12. I really love this. So these are the designs. Look how fun they are, all different colors. This is actually the piece we'll be using. But you get 4 of each paper instead of 2, so it's a double pack of 12 by 12. How fun is that? Stripes and all kinds of stuff. I just wanted to show you. But you can get this with your host rewards. You can do this either by hosting a party and making the reward, which is $150 before shipping. And then you start getting host rewards, and it's enough to get this paper. Or if you're going to put in a $150 order, you can buy it with your own host rewards. You don't need anybody's help. Or you can get a bunch of friends together and I can put a party up. We can do a bunch of things. It's all up to you. So we're going to get that. And then I wanted to show you some of my new favorite die cuts. They're called Deckled rectangle dies, and these are by themselves dies, but I absolutely love them. So they come in 8 and all different sizes, so you can layer it. But look at the little one. That makes an awesome little tag too. I love this. And I'm really excited that I ordered my special junk journal, and I'm going to try to be doing some YouTube videos and some Facebook Lives using a lot of our products to do junk journaling, so you can see that we just don't have to make cards. And I'm doing an inspirational book for myself, whether it be Bible verses or quotes that inspire me. It's my little self-care for myself, and it's something I've wanted to do. I haven't done it since high school, but it's definitely time. And these 2 sets are going to be some of my favorites to use. These dies with this set. Ooh, so exciting. Alright. So now we get on to the good stuff. So I'm not using the dies, we're just using purely the stamp set. I did use the 1 die from the Deckled edge, but you don't have to, you can just cut it. So here it is, and we got that. And there's the Deckled edge, but you can cut it as a regular piece of paper. I just like the little extra. Or you could take the piece of paper if you want and sit there and distress it too. It's all up to you. So what we'll need, let me pull my fun stuff out. And instead of using the champagne rhinestones, I decided to throw in the brass butterflies. Change it up a little. So we need our standard card base, and I use Petal Pink. And then we need a piece of Blushing Bride at 3.5 by 4.5. A piece of Petal Pink at 3 and 4.5, or 4 1/4, excuse me. This lovely piece of DSP is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. And then I need the DSP that you're going to use for the little inside pocket. It's going to be 4 by 12. And then I'm going to show you how to score it and put it together. And this is my extra piece to show you the die cut. So first things first, the colors I am using today, which are actually out of my norm. I don't usually use the pinks, but I like them, so I've been playing with them. So the colors I'm going to be using are Blushing Bride, Petal Pink, and Blackberry Bliss. And we're going to take the smaller piece of Petal Pink, and that's what we're going to stamp on. So, and first things first, I'm going to be using the Blackberry Bliss. Moving some of the stuff out of the way. I swear I just need a bigger desk. I have 2 crafting desks, but I need more room. I need a crafting room. So I'm using the Big Rose. So I'm going to ink this up in Blackberry Bliss. And I'm going to point these little things upwards, like so. And all I want to do is make sure I leave enough room in the left-hand corner for my sediment. So I'm going to go like that. Ooh, pretty. Oh, I love this set. And I'm going to use the leaf. I love the fact that I can die cut out there. And I'm actually going to do partial stamp on. I just want part of the leaf. Doesn't have to be everything. And I'm just kind of going, connecting it so it looks like it's behind it. Don't we all, Lisa? I think we all need a crafting room. So I'm going to use the Feel Better Soon. And this is a relatively simple card. It comes together real easy. And I'm going to stamp it right there. I love the script in this. So pretty. And then we're going to take our piece of, what's it called? 4 by 12. And I'm going to take these little singles right here. So up at the top, maybe I should show you how to score it first. Second. I think it would be easier to see if we score it first before we stamp it. Alright, so I'm going to get my cut and score, and I'm going to score at 5.5. Get rid of my little sticky. And I will put all the measurements on my Facebook group, so you don't have to worry about it. So I'm just going to score it, and you want to be gentle because it is DSP, so that means it is thinner. And then I'm going to flip it around, and I want it at 1.5. And I'm just being really gentle with it because I want it to score, but I don't want it to rip, and it will cut it through if you put a lot of pressure on it. So we're going to go like this. I'm using my fingers, so you can use your bone tool, whatever works for you. I don't think that's the right score. I'm going to have to measure that out. There we go. I'll have to figure out that exact score mark. But it's okay because that piece is going to go glued to the back, so you know there's no mistake there. So I'm going to bring back that Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to take my big flower, and I'm going to put that right in the middle. You can put it anywhere you want. I'm going to do a couple leaves. And I'm just kind of going around. I want one more right up there. And then I'm going to go like so. And then I'm going to put some in the corners. And I'm only stamping on that petal pink. It's really pretty. Now I'm going to take these little 3-pack of flowers. I love that they all stamp together. They're really pretty. And I'm going to do this, and I'm going to fill it in a little bit. And I'm dipping, stamping. You know how I love doing that. And I'm just filling in that blank space to bring some interest in. Doesn't have to be any which way. And then I want some flowers right there. And I'm going to actually unfold it. Go like this. So that's going to make our little pocket right there. Alright. So that's all the stamping we're going to do. So now I'm going to die cut this so we can do all the fun. I lied. We're stamping more. I have to die cut it first. Give me a second. And I'm taking the 4th biggest one. So it's like a little note card. And I thought that was really sweet. Sometimes you write something really pretty for somebody, and they want to keep it, or they want to put it in a scrapbook, or, you know, people do different things. And I'm going to run this through. Sorry about this. My desk is really not big enough to do this on camera. There's my big boy. Alright, so there's that. So this is the little one that I'm doing, and I'm going to take that little, thank you, Lisa. I'm bringing that flower, and I'm going to do it up in the corners because I want to be able to still write on it. And then I'm just going to bring that leaf right there. It's a nice little spot to, you know, put that in there. And I might have went a little too small with that, but it's all whatever you would prefer. Alright. So we're going to bring this piece, and this piece. So you're going to bring your Blushing Bride, your Petal Pink that you stamped on, and the little white, or it's actually very vanilla. And I'm going to be bringing out my blending brush, my Petal Pink, and my Blushing Bride. I'm going to start with the Petal Pink. And you're going to want a piece of scrap paper for this. And I'm going to sit there and I am just going to darken up the edges to give it a little aged look. You can do this with any color, but I really liked it with these two. And I'm going to do it on all three of these pieces. And if you notice, on the Blushing Bride, it just looks like it's almost tea stained, but not so much. It's kind of cool. Just gives it a little more interest. And I'm going to lightly do it on here. And I'm just going around the edges. For this one, I'm going to, after I got a lot of the ink off, I'm going in the middle just to bring the color in. But I'm not doing anything hard or anything spectacular. Now I'm going to be switching to my Blushing Bride. Blushing Bride is a little bit darker, so you're going to be, it's light circular motions. Or if you only want to do one color, you can do one color. It is up to you. There's that one. And I think Blushing Bride's one of those colors that I totally forget I have. But then when I get it back out, I'm like, oh, I really like this color. It's just one of those colors. And what I did is darken it up and give it some interest. And what I'm doing is highlighting that rose, because I'm leaving that mostly white. Or not really white, but I'm not putting any ink on it, so the Petal Pink really shows up and it highlights it. Alright, so that is that. Now we're going to assemble our card. So these are the pieces we have. Here's my card base. So the first things first, I am going to find my juice paper. And I'm going to get my liquid Tombow glue. I really love this host pack paper. I have a lot of fun with it. And I left it by itself. I didn't want to put any dark colors on it because we darkened the other sheets. I like this little crosshatch look. It's pretty. And I'm going to center it. And I didn't pop anything up in dimensionals, but you can if you want. I didn't feel it needed it. Got enough layers. And I'm attaching my Petal Pink to my Blushing Bride. Like so. And my dad's calling me. And everybody wants me when I'm busy. I'm even going to show you how to make the envelope. How I make my envelopes. So I'm just placing that in the middle. And I thought that was a bunch of fun colors coming up. Alright, so we're going to make our little inside pocket. So you're going to score it like this. And this little inside piece is going to be your pocket. So you're just going to put a little bit of glue right on the outside edge. Not too much because you don't want to squirt out. Just on the sides. And we are going to let that go. Like so. Because you want to be able to fit your little piece of paper in there. Just give it a minute to set. Like that. And then you're going to take that lovely piece of paper and we're going to glue it to the inside. I thought it was a little unique, fun, fold little pocket. And you can do that. You can make these and make that a gift card holder. And put a piece of white on the front instead. And do like a regular sentiment card. You can do all kinds of stuff. And all I'm doing is centering it in there. Like so. And I'm putting it in there. Alright. Look at that. And I chose the brass butterflies. I'm so happy we continued these. And I'm going to get my take a pick tool and I'm going to use a big one. And I'm going to put that by the feel better. And I'm going to go like that. And I'm going to use 3. And I thought that looked really cute. I really like that. So it's nice, simple. It looks like a real simple card, and then you got a little extra going on in here. I love that. So, I wanted to show you guys how we made a little envelope. Let me be right back. I gotta grab a Post-it note. So I got my basic Post-it notes. And I have a very vanilla envelope. So what I'm going to do is basically I am going to cut it like so, straight across. See? And I did 2. I might have done 3. Oops. And I don't really need all that, so we're going to cut that. I'm going to put it where I put the address. And then I'm going to cut it. I write really small, so I don't need all that. And then I'm going to put that right there. Like so. We're going to make a fun envelope. And I'm going to use the Blackberry Bliss. And I'm going to use these little flowers. I'm going to stamp my heart out. Got some of those. I'm gonna get some leaves in there. Just make sure your Post-it note stays down. So we got that, but I also want to do the top. I want to do that little flap. If you get a little bit, it doesn't have to be perfect, so don't worry about it. And I want the leaf in there, because I love these leaves. And I'm going to go to the back, do the same thing. And I got a little bit blackberry bits on my fingers, I can tell. And you can stamp with full color, you can stamp a couple times, whatever works for you. Whatever your heart desires. Alright, so I'm going to put some leaves going on in here. I'm filling in that space. Alright, ready? So that's a quick little fancy envelope. And you got this right here. Now you have room to write your return and your sending address. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So simple, and it didn't take that long. And then it'll come in and the card will be all matching, and it's lots of fun. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll make sure I will get the measurements for you guys on my Facebook group. I love you all, and thank you for coming. Thank you, Lisa. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.